Right, hi. This is Patrick Stockhausen here, taking stock, helping you to develop your mind, your personal development, and your wealth and your finances. Now, this is the section for the free overview of the markets. Now, initially we're looking at the stock market. We can see here the market is in a stage two. One of the easiest stages for myself and Sunday Insiders to make money, as well as a stage 4 on the markets going down. It's clear, it's obvious, it's simple. However, most people are looking at intraday time frames. That's fine. And then the people looking at daily time frames are getting messages from the gurus telling them it's going to crash. This time it's going to crash. And then people going, oh, we're going to buy puts, we're going to buy puts. And then it bounces and continues to go up. Listen, one of the easiest ways to make big wealth in order to buy assets that give you a passive income is to trade the monthly and the weekly time frame. That's what I like to specialize in. That's what we do in Sunday Insiders. Sunday Insiders will take in these trades. It's a brilliant, easy, clear, simple swing trade. We know it pulled back. We knew from the signals that big smart money was coming back into the market, and we know where to get in and ride this thing continuously up. And some of them have taken the money. And a big profit as well. So, listen, Jesse Stein turned 46,000 into 6.8 million in, I think it was 16 trades in 2 years. Looking at these two timeframes, the monthly and the weekly. Mostly the weekly he traded off. It's simpler, it's clearer, it's easier. The signs are obvious. It's a lot, and the reason why he did this was because he said he knew that institutions favored these time frames to capture big, massive wealth. There's two groups of people that make the most money in the market: HFTs and big long-term trend followers. Now, I can't compete. You cannot compete against HFTs. So it's easier for you to build massive wealth looking at these two time frames. But most people are thinking, what I want, but I want to have financial freedom. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and do day trading to have massive income, to increase my income. And then they struggle. But listen, you're trading against the best of the best of the best of the best in the world when you're day trading. If you're succeeding at day trading, well done. I take my hat off to you, because it's not easy. But the easiest way to build wealth is not to day trade, because that is not financial freedom. And B, you're competing against the best. And C, you're competing against computers. Financial freedom comes from buying assets that give you a passive income, where you are not swapping your time for money, where your money is making you money. So you've probably discovered you're trading, you're day trading, you're sitting there, it's been 4 hours, 5 hours, you're still not making money. Whereas if you trade it off, what we like to do on Sunday Insiders is the monthly and the weekly charts. You put the trades on a Sunday, say to your computer, if this happens, buy it, off you go. Every night you look at your computer, am I in? And that's it. And then once you have a large capital gain, you take that money and then you buy assets. Assets that give you a passive income, where your money is making you money, not you're swapping your time for money. That is what true financial freedom is. So this here was a phenomenal, I've been saying in seminars since here, go long the markets, here, go long the markets. Here and all the way multiple times along this, I've been saying, get in here, here's a swing, here's a swing, here's a swing, here's a swing. Wealth building opportunities, capital gains to buy assets, paper assets, property assets, business assets, commodity assets that give you a passive income. That is true financial freedom. Therefore, you can wake up when you want to, go to bed when you want to, do what the hell you want to during the day, because your money is now making you money. You don't have to sit in front of your screen. Trading becomes an absolute pleasure. You then get to, what you're doing is you have more time to do the things which you love. Most of my customers love personal development, working on their psychology, having self-mastery, working on their mind, and those kinds of things, and then enhancing their life, and then going to the gym, and then exercising, spending time with their partners. That's what we do here, okay? So this is in stage 2. What is it going to do now? I have no idea, and nor does anybody else, unless you are printing money. The truth of the matter is, nobody knows, and you don't need to know what's going to happen next. That is not how trading works. All you have to do is get your signal when it pops up and say, this is what I'm getting in, this is my stop, I know how I'm going to manage it, and know how I'm going to take profits when it actually happens. Well, other than that, I haven't got a clue. And I'm going to think about this in blocks of 20, and I don't care about this current trade. As long as you can do that and you've got a tested system, you know you've got an edge, and you know in blocks of 20 you make money, you'll win and beat this game, okay? But you can't beat them at their own game. So play the game that you can win. So that's just the yes. Property, quick look at property. We can see that the property market, what's the property market doing? Bit of a second here. Well, we're still in a stage, we're in a stage 2 on this. We've come up to this same point here. Is it going to go past this? I don't know. We've been long for some time. From down here, safest place to trade on this. Well, I like to trade off moving averages. 20, 50, 200, 10, 500, 1,000 moving average, okay? Or you swing trades, and I like the earlier, I like to get in at the beginning of a stage 2. One of the best places to get in for a massive wealth building opportunity. If I don't do that, I then take the subsequent swing trade or the swing trading opportunities. Is there an opportunity to get in here? Not yet, not for me, but I'm in. Gold. We can see here that gold is in a stage 4, going down sideways. Probably made some people get in long. Is it going to continue to go back down? I have no idea. But here's the golden rule. When the market goes sideways in a stage, expect continuation until it proves itself otherwise. So I would have established this prior, but is there an opportunity to go short on a smaller time frame? Yes. On this time frame, no. Right. So we just know it's back into its sideways consolidation. Quite a decent big area. Okay, it's quite a large area in which it could mess around until this thing goes above this, pulls back, tests it, and goes up. I'm not thinking about long. Okay. And my brain is only saying short only until it continues, because this is a stage 4. In stage 4, you look down. You only look up when you get us when you start to see it turns around into a transition into a stage 2. Gold, there's a lot. Listen, if you're expecting me to tell you a load of whys, why is the market doing this? I'm going to tell you because it is. I don't know, and nobody else does, because you've probably seen in the financial news, they'll tell you the market's going up, and the reason why is because nobody knows why it's doing it. Insiders know, but you and I will never know. And I don't have a statistical edge doing that. I have a great edge psychologically. I have a great edge with my system. I have a great edge with my plan. I have a great edge technically. We're looking at technicals. I have a great edge knowing what my expectancy of my system is. Trade your edges. I've got millions of edges, but whether things are stacked in my favor, why something's moved or because it's going to move, I have no idea, which is why I don't look at fundamentals. There are people who are brilliant at that, and they have a proven edge. But if you don't have an edge doing that, something that's going to put the money in your favor, and you know categorically that the thing that you do that works for you is a solid proven edge, then that's great. But for me, fundamentals, I have no idea. I've heard why this is going up. I've heard reasons about this. But do you know what? You're never going to get me here saying to you, and the reason is because I don't have an edge saying that. I'm just going to tell you something what I've heard somebody else say. And it's not going to put the odds in your favor or my favor. So I'm not going to even waste your time telling you that, okay? So we know that gold. The dollar is in a, I like to look at the dollar on a weekly chart, but I can get a bigger picture view on a monthly chart. That gold is in, gold. I keep saying gold. The dollar is breaking out into a state. Well, that is definitely a stage 2 going upwards. So my friends in Europe, my fellow friends in the UK, whose accounts are in the US, are actually making money by not even doing anything, because the pound has dropped massively against the dollar, and because our accounts are actually in dollars. Boom, if we converted it back into sterling, GBP, cable, we'd be richer. Okay, so without doing anything. So technically, if you're from the UK, you're from anywhere else in the world, you're in a trade if your account's in a brokerage in the US, because you're actually long the dollar. So, and commodities, the last one for, let's just swap charts here. Well, looking at commodities on a weekly chart, which is what I like to look at them on. We can see this is clearly in a stage 4 down. Now this DBC is made up of several things. A big chunk of this is oil, and we know oil has been dropping, so this is a downtrend. Is oil going to continue to go down? I'm going to say this again, and I'll say this again, and I'll say this again. I have no idea. Nobody knows, apart from unless you're one of the people who are producing it. That will not necessarily give you any additional money. How many times have you heard people saying this is what we expect it's going to do next, right? Now, that could work. You could try and be a market timer. There's a couple of really good market timers. David Elliott was a genius at it. I learned loads of great things. But do you know what? That has never, ever, ever helped me to make money and be in the situation that I'm in all honesty, even though I can do it. What has made the most difference to my finances, to my financial freedom, to my ability to help people, is telling people, listen, create a system that works. Start thinking in terms of a mechanical form of trading. Have a definite defined set of rules with a definite defined set of edges that where you know. All you know is where you're going to get in. You know where your stop is. You know how you're going to, what the setup is. You know where you're going to enter the trade. You know how you're going to manage the trade. And you know how you're going to exit the trade with profits, or you're going to exit the trade with a loss. That statistically will make you more money than anything else with a mechanical form of trading. Then, if you wish to, and you don't have to go to a subjective form of trading, i.e. you're looking at patterns. People like to look at heads and shoulders patterns and wedges and, you know, ascending triangles, descending triangles, and all those sorts of sorts of trading. And then if you master that, then you can advance yourself, and it takes years and years. You're a George Soros type of trader where your intuition tells you what is actually going to happen next in the market. But first, master mechanical form of trading. Create some defined hard rules first. Think in blocks of 20. Stop thinking why. Just go say what, when, not why, when. All you need to know is when. I'm going to get in when X happens, and defined rules. That will serve you more than anything. So that's the end of the freebie. We're now going to go over to the Sunday Insider's more detailed view, looking at the markets, looking at lots more markets, looking at potential trades, potential setups. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.